All right, welcome back, guys. Oh my gosh, Friday energy. If you know what I'm saying here.
Well, I did until Timon didn't record a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
And now I'm just in a bad mood. This will help though.
What Friday podcast do you not start in a bad mood? You know what I'm saying? What podcast do you not start in a bad mood?
It's just we sit down and then a half hour later we're finally podcasting.
The year was 2020. It was April, and Lincoln had his last good time podcasting.
Nearly 1 year ago to the date was my last day at my former job. Timon, did you know that?
That's crazy.
It was April 7th. That was my last day at that job.
So last year, you were just playing Minecraft. I remember those days.
At this, I'm just going to poke my eye on one of those.
Nice.
Get really into it. So last year to the day, I was, I don't want to say unemployed because I had a job.
Yeah,
I just wasn't working.
Like in the gray zone.
I was deep in the brown. I didn't know what was up, what was down. And then COVID went away and everything turned around.
What song is that?
It's not.
Oh, I like it.
Timon, what are we drinking?
We're drinking Elvis juice.
Cool.
It's like Fauci juice, but grapefruity, because it's Elvis. Maybe.
Okay.
It's pretty tasty. Grapefruit IPA.
It tasted IPA like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to read.
I'm a fan. It's from Brewdog. Brewdog does a good job. What do you miss about your old job? And what do you
Money.
Yeah.
For some context, man. There are many things I don't miss. Obviously, you know, the individuals I worked directly with.
Alex.
Not a lot of complaints.
We love you.
People were pretty like good to me. But like mostly I miss the money. I had to work crazy, weird, long hours for it, but like
yeah. And drive hundreds of miles a day.
And drive hundreds of miles a week.
There's cons. There
were a lot of cons.
The
but
pro was.
It's sad that my paychecks are hundreds of dollars less now than they used to be.
Yeah.
But doors are opening for me, I believe.
Yep. Yep.
And for the first time in my life, I am not struggling just to exist. I'm not exhausted all the time. My life has a normal ebb and flow. I have a regular sort of schedule, and I think I am starting to reap the benefits of that in numerous ways. So that's cool.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It's cool you've been there a year. That's like big, bold moves
I
there.
haven't been at my new job for quite a year yet, but
almost,
end of this month will be a year.
Almost, though, that's crazy. Time's flowing. Time's gone by.
It's been all right. It's been
a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
It is.
And I did not know that, but I'm glad that I knew it was like a general time.
Yep.
But I'm glad you told me.
I didn't even have to look it up. I just remembered it was April 7th.
You think you'll always remember that date?
Probably.
I feel like there's certain dates I have stuck in my head that really don't leave.
Like what?
March 26, 1992. That one never leaves my brain for some reason.
Cool.
It's always there, you know. My dad's birthday, like his birthday specifically. I know my other siblings. When it gets to the younger siblings, it gets a little rough. And my parents also had a couple miscarriages, so those dates are. Those dates are not that.
I wasn't laughing.
You gave me like a look, like, bro, maybe we should go into this topic.
Yeah. I thought, hey, that's pretty heavy. That's pretty sad.
I think it's I mean, for my parents, it was difficult for sure.
Yes.
I mean, I also, like, I don't know, I was young and I didn't really fully understand what was going on. We had a funeral. Coming back to all this, though, I think miscarriages happen to a lot of families.
Oh my gosh!
To be honest, no, I've heard.
We literally had this conversation 3 days ago. Said, yeah, man, infertility and miscarriages are, I think, way more common than people think.
Yeah, it's just not something we talk about.
Yeah,
but that's not where I want. Anyways, one of my
things and say them on the podcast like they're your things. Oh my gosh,
there are things. It's a collective, bro. We're growing and evolving together, dude. It's our things. But so some of those dates I get mixed up because they're around the time of my other little brother's birthdays. But my dad's birthday, I have Very just like
is what day?
10:30. That's what I remember.
Nice.
So
That's a good
October
good
30th.
solid one to remember.
Yep.
Nice.
Solid. Used to be my PIN number for my library code at the library when I wanted to get on the internet there. Back when you had to like go to the library to get on the internet. Do you remember those days?
I do.
Yeah, I do too.
At our library,
I played Neopets.
You had to use a separate computer that wasn't like in the computer lab. It was like in a big open room. Like there was a little corner of the library that was a computer lab, and none of those computers had the internet. But you had to put your name on a list to get to use the computer or the internet computers in like a time slot.
Yep, that's how we had to do it too. You sign up for it.
Yep.
Unless one was available. Did you have half-hour slots or an hour slot?
I think they were half-hour slots.
Yeah, I think ours were too.
I don't know.
Yeah, I played Neopets and RuneScape in the library. One time, my dad was studying for his John Hancock financial studies test, and I was homeschooled. Yeah, whatever degrees or certifications. So he went to the library to study, and he got like a big study table upstairs. And I said, peace out. And I went to the kids area. I was the only kid there for 6 hours. And I remember one librarian, I sat on the computer and played, dude. It was legit. It was like the best time ever. One librarian came over and was just like talking to her librarian friend, doing stuff. And then she's like, oh, there's a kid down here. And I was there for like 6 hours. I was like, my dad's upstairs. And I just kept on playing video games. It was awesome, dude. It was awesome. Like legit. Good times.
You just got to do what you wanted exactly to do for 6 hours.
For 6 hours. I think I went to like one section of the area and just like sat there and read kids' books for like a while, just on the floor.
Yeah, you ever just
like there's no one around
in the library?
Yeah. No, I haven't, but I could see how it would be awesome.
In your life, you never fell asleep at a library?
Not in my recollection. It could happen.
You never fell asleep in the library at college?
That's a good question.
Did you ever study at the library at college?
I did a couple times. I did a couple times, but that's about it.
I feel like you never went by yourself to study at the library.
Yeah, I would only do it with girls, with females. Yeah. No, I didn't.
That was the only reason to go to the library.
To hang out with females?
I never.
And study?
I don't think I ever once went to the library just to... I could just study in my dorm room. Why do I need to go to the library to do that?
I mean, that's what I did.
I could just lay in my bed and write my papers. Lincoln Adair, college dropout.
I would sometimes go to like Phalathia or McLean. Not McLean. Sometimes, but like Phalathia and just chill in the classrooms.
Yeah. In fact, when college started to go poorly, that's when I spent the most time at the library.
Really?
Yeah, I think the library. That's a hard word to say a lot. I think the library is what led to my downfall.
It was so far away.
It was so
like it wasn't like
boring.
Yeah.
It was just a terrible place to be.
My girlfriend
the
at the
same
time,
people were always there, and I didn't want to be around those people.
They're all nerds. My girlfriend I have some juicy stories here. My girlfriend at the time, her mom was the head of the librarian. The head librarian.
Head librarian, yes.
And she would tell us of things that people got in trouble with or just stuff that would happen at the library. And
how often did they find students just doing it in the library?
That's literally what I was about to say.
Out, just doing it.
No. They would go into those back rooms in the basement, and then once or twice a week, like for real. Got caught. An RA got caught one time, and then the RA had to step down.
Yeah. So there is this one. I guess Classic. To explain the situation fully. In the basement of our library, there were private study rooms that you could sign out and get a key for.
Yeah.
And all of these rooms had doors with windows in them, so you could see in the room, including this one corner room. But because it was a corner room, there was a part of the room that you could not see from the window in the hallway. Do you remember this room?
I do.
This is the room that people always went to go have sex in. And this is the room that RA
got caught with. He later married his adult partner.
The girl he got caught with.
Yes.
Yeah.
They got married. I was invited to the wedding.
Do you think?
I think we
Rachel
were
and Rogie were happy together?
Don't know. Odds are.
No one
this is so mean. I hope not. They probably do. If you guys know Rachel and Rogie, I don't know them very well at all. Actually,
like whatever. I don't know.
But odds are they'll be divorced in 3 years. That's just the trend that's happening at Grace College.
I think if you analyze the data, you would have to look at two categories, really. couples who had sex before marriage at Grace and couples who did not have sex before marriage at Grace, I think we will find the majority of the divorces happened with couples who did not have sex before marriage.
No, it's the same. They all are divorced, dude.
They're all divorced. Okay.
I don't think you're... I've ran the numbers. Let me tell you.
That's fine.
It's interesting. In life...
I've ran the numbers. I've updated the spreadsheet. Yeah. That's what my pivot table shows me.
My pivot table shows... Every week, man, I go through the class of 2010, 2011, 2012.
I added all the people to a close friends group on Facebook so I can just keep tabs on everything they're doing.
Exactly. The Wadetskis had twins, and Rogie got divorced.
and they get divorced, and I take them out of the group, and the group started with 100 people, and now there's 3.
Unless that person in the group gets married to one of the other divorcees in the group, then they go right back into the friends.
There's a second group, a holding tank, a purgatory.
I have 7 spreadsheets with layers. Yep, this is awful. As I was saying,
who cares?
In life, you think
the people who are divorced are just agreeing with us.
They probably are. In life, you think that, you have these experiences in life, right? Like college and stuff. And then I thought that college would stay in those couple of years that I had with friends and different things. But I didn't think I would be interacting with people I saw at college that I never really had interactions with.
For the rest of your life?
For the rest of my life. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Like, think of someone that you met at college and then...
You just bump into them now?
One time and you haven't seen them since. And then now they're back in your life.
So our listener, Jay, and I weren't really friends in college. We didn't become... I knew him and stuff, and that was just kind of it. But Jay and I became friends after college. We worked together, and now we're best buds.
Yeah.
Airbuds.
Yeah. Best buds. Are you doing okay, Jay?
I don't think he is. I'm not doing okay either. It's okay. It's all right.
It's all right. But the church I'm going to has a lot of people who graduated from Grace now attending. Now, a lot of the people who are attending are younger, in the younger classes. So they're telling me all the junk that went on during their times. And I've just been finding so much tea, dude. Like
lots of tea.
Lots of bad stuff. And it's interesting because the people that I go to church with, they know of people from grades that were a couple years younger than me, like Evan Kilgore. One of the girls in my Wednesday night group knows Evan Kilgore. And she spilled some tea. She was on the track team. She spilled some real tea about some stuff on the track team.
Nice.
And then I've heard some stuff from other people getting lawsuits and restraining orders. We've talked about that. So it's just...
Are you talking about your girlfriend spilling tea on the track team? What?
No.
She ran?
Yeah, she did. No. One of the girls I go to church.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry, I blanked out. Hey, you want to call Allison right now and see what she's up to?
No, that would not be a good idea.
Listeners, Allison was not happy. No, she wasn't.
She wasn't not.
We call that a bad time. Call that, you wake someone up from a nap and they're pretty cranky. Allison, I'm sorry.
I think she's over it.
She doesn't hold grudges. Next time, it'll be fine.
She doesn't hold grudges. But I just think
you got to pick. It's her or me. Honestly, if she's just gonna be upset with me forever.
Yeah, if she tripped out like that, dude, that would be a major red flag.
That would be not. Yeah, you'd have to break up with her.
You hear that, Allison?
You hear that, Allison? Oh man! If she wasn't upset with me before, she is certainly now.
Definitely is. I just think it's interesting that I thought I got away from Grace College, and I still keep on hearing new news about it.
Well, you are away from Grace College, but there are the people aren't Grace College.
Grace College keeps on hurting people and generating them right into my world, man. It's interesting.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I just didn't. That's not something I thought would happen. It's not something that was ever in any of my calculations.
I thought
that chapter's done. I don't have to deal with it anymore. That's what I thought.
For a time, I was kind of done with Grace. Like when I lived in Warsaw, like after Grace, like I kind of didn't interact with anyone from Grace.
Yeah.
Like
that's a little bit more difficult because you're in that town.
I was in Warsaw and like I don't know. I had my friends like, but that was it as far as like weird not extra or outside, but like other people walking into my life. Like we met another individual from Grace and discussed some stuff a few nights back.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Keep going. You are. And so just like I didn't have interactions like that when I lived in Warsaw. That's only started since I've come back to Goshen.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I think
Jordan Gillette, man. I see Jordan Gillette all the time.
Thing. I don't see Jordan Gillette ever. Do you think Jordan Gillette listens to our podcast?
I don't.
Do you think Jordan Gillette would listen to our podcast?
I think he might.
I think he might.
Yeah, I like Jordan Gillette.
He's always cool.
He's been a solid dude.
Solid.
I have some content for us before we get into Friday questions.
Ooh.
Should we do that now?
We're right at 16 minutes, so we should probably go, right?
We can just wrap it up.
All right, guys.
Catch you guys next week.
Guys. Have a good weekend.
None
Be
of you
safe.
sent any questions, so actually they sent it. It's one.
Yeah. How you feel about that? No one sends us questions, and then we talk about questions, and then people send us questions, and what if we just don't talk about them? We can do this too, guys.
Yeah, it's our podcast.
It's our podcast. We cannot answer your questions.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm in a weird place today.
Weird spot. So, okay. I don't know if everyone. I'm going to go into my content. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk.
I'm going to
do my thing.
I've been wanting to hear about this content for 46 minutes now.
Nice.
We sat down, and Timon's like, yo, I've got some great content. And then we started podcasting 30 minutes later. And now, 17 minutes into the podcast, Timon's telling me this great content that I've been listening to for like kind of a long time right now. Like almost 47 minutes. Like 47 minutes right on the nose right now.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't
How
believe.
do you get 17 minutes?
I don't believe it, but well. So, I don't know about our listeners, but our Kroger installed a new feature in their parking lot. Lincoln, do you know what I'm talking about?
You want me to make a joke, or you want me to be serious?
Do you do you, man?
Is it a bunch of like homeless people hanging out on the picnic bench? Is that the feature?
No.
Okay, what's the
feature? They are there though. They put in, and it actually ties into homelessness. They put in, I don't know what it is, but at the edge of their parking lot, if you take a cart
over this isn't new. This has been
to the Kroger, like probably the past like 6
year.
months. All right, maybe a year.
It's since before Corona for sure.
Okay, so a year.
Yeah.
I don't know if other people have this feature though, right?
I think. I mean, go with your story. Sorry.
So they put it around the perimeter of Kroger or Owens or
it is a Kroger.
Yes, it is a Kroger. Around the perimeter of that parking lot, they have some type of thing that when your cart passes a line, and it's a visible line, it will stop your cart from moving.
Yeah, it'll like lock up one of the wheels.
Lock up, yep. And so I went to the store today and just drove over, parked kind of far out in the parking lot, and I think they did it because of the homeless are actually, because we would see on our bike rides literal Kroger shopping carts in the middle of Middlebury, miles away. You know what I mean? Yes. Maybe not. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but
there was one thrown in the swamp in the woods for a while.
There was one. If you didn't go under the overpass but folled that sidewalk a little bit farther, there was just one
on the sidewalk.
Yeah. We cleaned it up and we put a bunch of trash in it because people were just throwing trash everywhere. We did.
I see some Dollar General carts around here and there.
Yeah. Yep.
See some. I feel like the top tier cart to steal is an Aldi cart because it costs money.
Yeah, it's a bougie. It's like a Gucci.
Do you feel like
top of shopping cart?
We need an Aldi shopping cart?
We could do it. Throw it in my truck.
We could.
To be honest, but when I did my grocery delivery, I gave him my license plate, so that might be a bad idea.
The other one.
Right. Yeah, we'll use the other truck. The other Aldi.
So the carts. Yeah. So the carts in your truck.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm done. I unload my groceries. I didn't buy anything good. And there was the line right there, like maybe 10 feet away from me, that you can't cross over. And so I decided, hey, let's see how this works. Mm-hmm. So I take my cart and I push it over the line and I pull it back. And I'm kind of like I said, 10 feet away from my car, and there's people kind of driving. I wait till they go past so they don't think I'm weird. One lady's just staring at me like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Push my car across the line. Pull back, nothing happens. I'm like, okay, I feel weird. I start to go back to the place where I'm not going to just leave the cart there. I'm going to put it back in the shopping cart area where you're supposed to put it, things like that. So I'm moving it back, and 3 out of the 4 wheels lock.
Oh, this car had multiple locking wheels.
I think
on it.
All the wheels have multiple.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's not just one, it's multiple. So I had to tip it up on one wheel and just roll it because I wasn't just going to leave it there. Oh my gosh. So I took it back to the cart, but it was very painful. But I know everyone's been trying to figure out, how the cart system works and what that's like in your area. I've been there. I've done that.
So whoever was retrieving the carts, whatever poor
They're screwed. Yeah.
high schooler just put that cart right in the middle of his big line of cards, and he's trying to push his big line of cards back into the store, just can't, because one of them right in the middle has all the wheels locked up because of freaking Timon.
Yep, that's me. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I've been wondering for perhaps a year now, and now I know. Sometimes
the wheels will lock up if you have groceries in them and you go out the door and the alarms go off for like a unactivated or a non-deactivated sensor in like your meat or something, and it'll lock the wheels up too. That happened to me once. I wasn't stealing. They just forgot to unlock the bacon that I purchased.
Oh, and it locked the whole cart up. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, this, I guess, talking about now, this Kroger's like kind of rough, I guess. I don't know.
It's so... What's interesting is you
can't steal the carts.
You can't steal the carts. One of our buddies from Grace actually manages it.
Yeah.
Chris, I think it was Chris.
Yeah, his name's Chris.
Yeah. If you guys remember Chris, I don't remember his last name. I'm friends on Facebook though. He's in my close friends group.
What does Chris look like? Anyways.
He's short. He's built.
Moving right along.
So I talk to him every time I see him there, and he was telling me that before the flood, if you remember the flood, there was a
before the flood.
That's most Goshen
in
people
the
would
days
know.
Of Noah.
Most Goshen people would know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
There was a massive flood in Goshen a couple years ago. Yeah.
2018.
It just
in there.
It literally destroyed Kroger.
Yep.
It just destroyed Kroger. It was gone. It was gone for like a year.
Yeah.
And they had to rebuild back better. And
it's not though.
It's not though. But he started managing after that, and he said they were losing thousands of dollars a day from just people stealing.
Yeah.
And so they've really kind of tightened up on it. So I thought that was interesting.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it is pretty rough. I like it because you don't have to wear a mask when you're there. Or at least I don't wear a mask when I'm there. The mask mandates, man, they're supposed to be popped off here in Indiana here soon.
Aren't they already?
Elkhart County has kept the restrictions for longer, but a lot of places in our area are no longer enforcing it, and they've taken the signs off the doors, which is pretty interesting. So, yep.
Yeah, I imagined things were easy before because everyone kind of wore a mask. I think things might be a little bit difficult because the people who aren't going to wear masks, there's nothing forcing them to really do it now. They just don't have to.
Yeah.
And also the mandates. I think this is gonna be a weird month or two of, do I need a mask here? Do I need a mask here?
Yeah, it'll be a weird.
Do I? I mean, it's.
I think probably the best option is, if you want to wear a mask, wear it. I don't think anyone's gonna hate on you for wearing a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask, probably have a mask somewhere near in case you go to a place that does enforce it, or just don't participate in that business as an option too if you really feel that boldly about it. But I think if the business says, hey, please wear a mask, and they enforce it, then yeah, go. If they say please wear a mask and they don't enforce it, and you're just gonna do your thing, that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was talking to one of my friends, and he said he went into Meijer, wasn't wearing a mask, and as he walked into Meijer, the lady said, "Excuse me, sir, would you like a mask?" And she had one of the masks. He said, "No, thank you." She's like, "Okay, have a great day." So he just shopped at Meijer. Like, they don't care. They just are like, "Hey, here's a mask if you want to." I thought that was pretty funny. Like,
that's pretty funny.
Yeah. Okay, have a great day. So, anyways, we got questions. You got questions. We always have questions.
We got questions.
You guys got answers. So this podcast, we're turning it upside down, and we're asking you to give us a 5-star review. Just a 5-star review on YouTube.
Yeah, I forgot we talked about that. Hey, I got this really great email from my bank, and I read it. Usually I would just ignore an email like this because it's a promotional email. But the title got me. You want to hear the title of this email?
It's called marketing. Tell me. Yep.
Okay, so it's from Intera Credit Union, and the title is "Do Almost Nothing." So I said, this is an email for me. And yeah, I don't know. I read it.
That was it.
I just thought it was a funny email.
Do almost nothing. That's yeah. Intera's. Did they just send that to you?
Yeah.
So in the middle of our podcast, you decided to read that email.
I mean, at the start of our podcast. When you were fumbling with the camera.
Is my story not that engaging? Okay, all right.
That was before the podcast.
All right, okay.
All right, listeners. I want to jump right into this segment from one of our listeners,
Elisa. Yeah.
She's back at it this week with another fad or future vlogs. It seemed like everyone started a vlog in 2020 or 2021. Many vlogs became popular because of people having nothing better to do than sit on YouTube. Is this going to keep growing, or do you think it will eventually plateau and not be as popular as before? Well, as someone, I don't live in the vlog world, but I live in the podcast world, and if our podcast is any indication of what's going on, people will stop listening.
It's a fad.
It's a fad.
It's a massive fad. No, I think it's probably going to just increase. Like, you got Twitch, you got YouTube streaming, you have vlog stuff as well. I think early on, honestly, Elisa, and I have a story for you, Elisa, as well after this, but early on, I think in YouTube, 2015, 2016, when was Logan Paul canceled? When he did the Suicide Forest? Remember that?
I was still working at Lifeline, so
I feel like that was
2017,
like the height of vlogs. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people have started vlogs, but I don't think they're as consistent or as crazy as vlogging was. Maybe it's more of like a, hey, this is my video diary. This is just a segment. But I think more people are doing things where they're recording themselves in real life. So whether that's playing Twitch video games or cooking and streaming or live streaming on Instagram, things like that, which could all be like variations of vlogs, in my opinion. Video, blog. So I think it's going to increase. I think the I don't know, like the way that people got famous via vlogs will not be there as much as it was in the earlier days. That's my thought process on it. What do you think, Lincoln?
So I don't know. I don't think it's a fad. I think I have a lot of thoughts about this. The first thought is the internet is unique because more people get the internet every single day. Like, we have not reached... What are you doing over there? Can we talk about the clothes you're wearing? Listeners, Timon's wearing some odd clothes. I feel like I'm sitting across the table from Hugh Hefner.
You are.
Cool.
Yep.
So more people get the internet every single day. So the amount of audience that you have access to is continually growing. I think that's part of it. And I also think that YouTube's algorithm tends to reward those who upload more daily, frequently. Yeah. Yes. And so as long as it's vlogs are popular because that's what the algorithm dictates, at least on YouTube for now. It didn't used to do that, and it might not do that in the future, but YouTube tends to reward people who upload every single day. Yeah. And I think that's a huge driving force behind the popularity of vlogs now.
Like, who's a famous vlog? Mr. Beast? Is that
yeah, because if you don't post daily, you don't even show up in people's subscription tab.
Really? Yeah.
Did you know that? No. So basically, you can be subbed to a bunch of channels, but unless they upload daily, the videos will never show up in your sub box.
Wow, that's so much content.
That's why people in spite will say, "Hey, if you want to subscribe to my channel, hit the subscribe button. If you actually want to be subscribed to my channel, hit the bell too."
Oh yeah,
to receive notifications. Yeah, so that's a big thing. I'll scroll through a whole day's worth of uploads on YouTube, and I'll have to go search out specific people to find their videos that I'm subbed to.
That's crazy.
That yeah, it's annoying.
That's
unfortunate. Yeah, at least I think as long as that's happening, vlogs will be a thing. I don't think they're dying out.
No, I don't think so either.
I think it's a genre of content.
I think maybe vlogs specifically.
I think vlogging's unhealthy.
Yeah, I've not seen anything. I mean, how can you do a daily content and edit and video that? Like, it's a lot.
People do, but how do you
make it sustainable
every single day? Yeah, do you just not have any like normal days where you kind of nothing really happens? Yeah. How do you keep driving bigger and better? I feel like it's really like dangerous.
Well, that's what the 2015 was. You know what I'm saying? Or 2000, whenever, like, let's film someone who got suicided in the Suicide Forest. Like, that was the peak of. I don't know if you saw any of the videos beforehand, but he was just doing dumb stuff in Tokyo, like taking dead fish and slapping them on cars and stuff. He was doing crazy stuff. And it's just like, what do I got to do to keep people entertained? Because they've already seen this. And I heard Logan Paul on a podcast talking about one time. He was like, these up and coming people who are vlogging right now, they're like, dude, this is crazy. I did this. And he's like, yeah, I did that in 2016. I just did it this way. But it's the same thing. Like, no new ideas are being done vlog wise. Maybe they are, but they're a little different. So, yeah, Elisa, I do have my story for you. I was listening to a podcast, Elisa, and it was about progressive Christianity and some debates about that. And the host was named Elisa. And she said, my name is Elisa. So I thought that was cool. It made me think of you, Elisa. So shout out to you.
That's fine.
Shout out to the podcast.
Shout out to the podcast. Keeping it in the family here, a Friday question from James.
Nice.
He says, has Gen Z actually created anything original? They love TikTok, but there's nothing original about lip syncing or dancing.
Yeah.
Everything they do just seems to be a ripoff of something else, like our generation created memes and Vine.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I have no clue. I think they probably have, and maybe we haven't seen it.
Who's a Gen Zer that we know?
Like, probably my little brothers.
You think so?
Yeah. They're creating their own culture, man, and I think, do
you feel
millennials have done that.
Do you feel like
Gen Y has?
Do you feel like Abe and Evan are Gen Z a little bit?
I think I'm not sure.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think so.
I think they probably have created stuff, but it's such a young generation, man. It's going to take a little bit before.
Yeah, they're all 20.
Yeah.
21 and under.
They probably created some stuff, but it's going to take a little bit before we can actually
have millennial. I mean, he said we created Vine and memes, but like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I was
the generation before us made
Facebook
the internet. So that's kind of
it's an evolution on top of that. Yeah.
So
I know, but like the internet probably wasn't anything until we crafted the internet, we sculpted it, and the Gen Z will sculpt it into a direction too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They'll go to the next level. That's just. Yeah, I don't know. Time will tell. I think, I don't know. James, it sounds like.
I think, Billie Eilish is a Gen Zer and she's a big musician, I don't know. That's
But she didn't create a genre. She's just living inside of the same genres. You're making James's point.
I mean, like,
people create.
What music did millennials create?
Yeah. Alex Jones folklore.
Okay.
Folk songs.
Okay. I mean, Weird Al did parody music.
That's true. Well, Alex Jones didn't parody anything. He was just speaking cold hard facts, man.
Okay.
And we turned it into folklore. Yeah, I'm not sure if there probably is some genre that both Gen Z and millennials. Mumble rap, right? Mumble rap wasn't around. I guess that's an iteration of rap. Yeah. But
yeah, I don't know. Time will tell what Gen Z
I think that they are creative. I don't know, James, if you heard my last podcast I don't know if it was this week or last week, where I said that we're all the biggest conspiracy is we're being led not to be creators. You know what I mean? I think we have the capability of each individual person to create something.
Do you feel like TikTok is kind of that, where it's you do the same thing everyone else does?
I think TikTok,
that's the point of it.
I think TikTok is a distraction from what our true reality is. I think also YouTube and social media is a distraction from us being creators as well. Across the board, from boomers to millennials to Gen Zs, you know what I'm saying? And whatever else in between.
It's just like there's a bunch of cats and someone's going pss, 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 pss.
Yeah, and all the cats are over there.
Staring.
But you have like all of these people going pss, 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 TikTok, Facebook. You know what I mean? It's like just so many different ways.
It's a lot. It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like I get overwhelmed by it now. I don't know. I have all my social media apps in a folder on my phone titled "Things That Don't Bring Me Happiness or Money." Mm-hmm. I think I've said that on the podcast before. I still look at Facebook all day, but it's a reminder.
But then
either it's a reminder or it's creating reality that is not bringing me happiness or money. I don't know. I'm either naming it or claiming it, or I'm keeping it real. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah. Manifesting it. Yeah, it's interesting. I got a question from
sick.
Aaron. He asks, why/how does Lincoln have a tiger mascot head?
Oh, I can tell you the how. I bought it from Walmart when Walmart was selling those several years ago. You remember the fad?
Nope.
They were like big for a second on social media. People were buying them. People were doing videos in stores, just putting them on their face. pre-COVID times were weird times. I remember people would just go into stores and put these on and like film videos and put them online and then just not buy them. It's like they would just put their face all inside of them.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was at Walmart and I bought it.
So that's how Lincoln purchased this. The reason why is Lincoln's a furry.
It was I'm not. At least I don't think I am. It was an impulse decision.
You were for last podcast.
I was just like Jay. I was worried. I was not okay. Yeah, I can't remember who I was hanging out with, but I bought it. I don't know. That's the story.
That's the story, Aaron.
I bought it.
Right there. Yep, you should see the rest of his suit. He has the AC in it. It's really cool. Yeah. He goes to like Florida every year to this big hotel and hangs out with other people who wear costumes too.
Yeah.
They also just bought it. Just bought them. Dude, these planks are crazy.
I'm just listening to noise.
It's probably the rain outside. Do you have any other questions?
No.
No. I do want to say Aaron mentioned an MLM, a comment on our MLM conversation we had yesterday, multi-level marketing.
Yes.
He said, the strangest MLM is pure romance. Nothing like hosting parties where you try to sell intimate items to friends, family, and acquaintances. And then Lincoln asks if he has a link in his bio.
To join.
Yeah. And then Aaron says, swipe up to join my downline. It's not a pyramid scheme, sweetie. It's a reverse funnel.
It says, he said sweetie?
It says sweaty, I think.
Oh, I think that's what I thought
Sweaty?
too. I thought I read the word sweaty when I read that and thought, well, that works too, I guess.
It does.
Yeah. If I think about adult sex toys, the first thing that comes to my mind is purchase in secret online so that nobody knows.
Like, that makes sense.
Not at a party in person with a bunch of people you know. How does that work? Do I associate too much shame with that? Is this an issue on my part? Should it not be like a thing that I wouldn't want other people to know about? Or
so tomorrow is Friday, and I'm having a boys' night. So you should come and join, bro. We'll learn about all the cool things.
Oh. Now
Pizza will be provided.
Now I'm
and alcohol.
Now I am not coming. And that. Okay. So maybe I should. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jay.
Sorry, Jay. Yeah, my dad is hosting this party, so should be good. Should be a good time.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if maybe for some people it's not as weird or taboo as it is for like conservative Christian people coming from conservative Christian backgrounds. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I would imagine that has a lot to do. Man, it's downpouring, and I can't think about anything else.
Did you roll up your windows?
The bike and tools I left outside.
Oh,
bike. It's fine.
We can wrap it up here soon.
I mean, we're almost done anyways.
We are.
A good wash won't be bad, I suppose. Whatever.
Yeah. You told me the other day you hate washing your bike.
I really do. Timon really thought I was an idiot the other day.
Not the other day.
Yesterday.
Every day.
So we were going to go on a bike ride, but it had just rained and I didn't want to go because part of the trail we ride is limestone and all that dust gets on. Like when it's just, there's a very specific sort of limestoney, like really acidic mud that once it gets on your bike and dries, it's like chipping cement off your bike. And it like destroys your components and like makes your bike shift really bad and like
it's a degreaser.
Really destroys.
That's the one word you said to
destroys bikes if you don't like get it cleaned off right away. And I didn't feel like washing a bike yesterday, so
you didn't go on a ride.
So I didn't go on a bike ride. And Timon's like, "Yeah, you're stupid."
Yeah, the real story is I didn't say anything and I just let Lincoln think to his own conclusions.
But
he kept on talking.
But whose bike ride's better? Yours or mine?
Whose bike ride's better?
Whose bike ride's better? Yours or mine?
I don't understand the question.
Mine does.
Whose bike rides better? Yeah, no, for sure. Yours is way nicer than mine. And it's really nice. It's a gravel bike. It's sweet. I though believe I could probably go faster than you for longer.
Yeah.
But riding wise, yeah, yours is far superior. I'll agree with you on that.
They're like the same caliber of bike.
Yeah. Yeah, I think mine was cheaper than yours though.
You bought yours used though.
I did.
New
would
your
have been
bike
expensive.
would be,
Yeah. Remember when I talked that guy down and used that money to buy beer and pizza?
Yep.
Good times.
Good times. Over a year ago.
Over a year. Yeah, that was pre-corona.
It was probably March.
February or March.
End of February.
It was a nice day.
It was nice. I remember that. We went and we got it with my car and put it on my bike rack and
yeah, I didn't have a truck at that time.
got pizza on the way back and it was great.
That was awesome.
That was a fun night.
Yeah. Wooden Peel Pizza, by the way. Shout out to Scott. Yeah, good times. We got. I think did we try the PBR coffee? You remember that?
I think that was.
We tried that night. I just remember random weird things sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
why would I remember PBR coffee?
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah.
It's gross. I mean, it's fine. It's not good.
It's not bad.
It's just not something that's like, oh, this is so good, I'm going to buy it again.
Yeah.
Very mediocre product.
I can't wait to drink this again. That's not a thought I have. Now this Elvis juice stuff, I can't wait to drink another one of these.
Yeah, me too.
And that's called addiction.
I love drinking your alcohol.
All right, let's wrap it up, guys. I hope you have a wonderful Friday. Have a great weekend.
Oh, Jay sent us questions, but they're all bad. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah, I do actually want to hear them.
I forgot.
Do you want to mess with your bike or no? Yeah, okay.
Jay asks, should he buy an e-bike?
Oh, we've been talking about e-bikes. Lincoln and I have been talking about e-bikes. Yeah. Jay, we came to the conclusion that the future of e-bikes is Amish. So
yes. Yes.
It's up to you, man.
The story behind that is we saw some Amish individuals riding bikes on the trail. And I said to Timon, won't buy a car, but he'll buy the nicest, newest $5,000 road bike made out of carbon fiber and titanium. If that's not technology, I don't know what is.
Freaking Amish.
But I said, how long before we see Amish people ride e-bikes?
Right.
Probably.
And that's the move, honestly. I feel like that's a good loophole for them. So.
I just feel like Jay, you should just buy a motorcycle.
Yeah. I don't know. I can see Jay rocking an e-bike. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. The ones he sent me are just so stupid.
Really?
They're just not cool.
He at least keep up with us on rides.
Jay's a fit, athletic dude. He could keep up with us.
Have you seen his legs, dude? Have you seen his legs?
Jay's in better shape than both of us.
No.
Yes, he is.
That's debatable.
Yes, he is.
No. I want to see blood work.
Okay.
Okay.
He wants to know if Bitcoin's peaked this cycle.
I don't know, Jay. I don't know. I haven't looked at Bitcoin for a couple days.
Nice.
Is that awful?
Those were the Jay questions. Terrible Jay questions.
Not too bad, honestly. Good questions, bro.
Jay, I feel like if you don't...
Thank you for listening, Jay.
Thanks for listening, Jay.
We appreciate you. We can't rag on you anymore.
Consistently trash talk you, but now that you're one of the 7 people who now listen...
6. He is 1/3 of our listenership.
1/6.
He may be listening twice.
He might be. He probably is.
He is.
Probably is.
Loves our content.
Jay, here's my thought, and my thought is this. If you don't ride a normal bike, you probably won't ride an e-bike.
Yeah.
That's.
I don't know, dude. E-bikes make life easy.
Do they?
Right? Supposedly. You said Lincoln went and got the scoop on some e-bikes.
Oh yeah, I went to the bike shop.
I got this knowledge from you, dude. Again, I'm not about to pull up
another example of Timon taking something I've said and saying my joke, but just louder so more people hear it and they laugh, and no one laughed when I said it.
That has happened multiple times though. That has happened. Let's call it because
I used to write tweets for you. Yeah, I wrote you some tweets that blew up. Yeah, probably not.
The diet weed one was all you.
Oh,
that
wasn't all me. That was a joke on the internet, and I said, hey, you should tweet this.
Yeah, an obscure place on the internet. When I did like the actual diet weed or what I like searched the terms, there was not very many people talking about pre-me.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you caught it in the poltergeist of.
That's what I do. I take things that are kind of obscure from the internet and tell my friends. I get into them on a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. I say, hey, you should get into this, and then they do, and then way more in depth than I do.
Nice. Yeah.
I was into cryptocurrency before Jay was.
Yeah, you were in it 2017.
That's a joke because he's been watching it for low key a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Jay. I hope it keeps on going up, man.
Yeah. And Jay,
Please keep listening.
please keep listening. If you buy an e-bike, buy one with big wheels.
You want to tell them what you learned about e-bikes?
Okay, so I'm talking to the guy at the bike shop, and they've got some e-bikes in there, and I asked him, hey, have you sold a bunch of those? Or, while I was moving, and he, we talked about it for a minute. He goes, yeah, they're kind of selling, but the price they're really expensive. And so, kind of
perfect for Amish.
What you're looking at is like, is this a vehicle replacement? Can you get to work and not be sweaty and still bike? And he said it's like riding with a tailwind all the time. All the e-bikes they sold there were pedal assisted and not like a throttle. So they just make it easier to pedal instead of having a throttle that you just roll on like a motorcycle.
Yep.
And we talked, one of the big concerns that I've heard a bunch about is that the speed that you can go on an e-bike is usually quicker than your skill. Once you start riding a bike, you can't really go that fast for that long because you just get tired, and your strength and your skill kind of build together. But if you're brand new to cycling, you buy an e-bike, maybe it's not safe for you to rip down the trail at 35 miles an hour, And so that's just
because you haven't figured out how to
your skills aren't there yet.
Because if you can do that just naturally, you've worked your way up to that point.
Yeah. And so like,
interesting.
I don't know. I'm not like, it's really easy to like, to be divisive about it. Because I see those on like the trail, and the trail has signs that say no motorized vehicles. And I get really upset because that's a motorized vehicle.
Yeah.
But really,
it's definitely
we're all on team bike. And the more people riding bikes, the better.
Yeah.
It's team ride your bike and have fun. Yeah. It's not.
And it feels good to pass those people on e-bikes. It really does.
It feels good just knowing I'm better than them because I don't have an e-bike.
Yeah. When we're riding bikes, I don't know if it's just sometimes you just get competitive with every other person riding bikes too. Mm-hmm. That's how that is.
Yeah. Obviously not at the start of the season, but once we get into the season, it's kind of fun to pass spandex $5,000 road cyclists.
Yeah. It's a good feeling.
Wearing normal clothes on cheap bikes.
Yeah. Shorts and a shirt with your Vans.
Yep.
Hoodie, no t-shirt, just rolling.
Hoodie, no t-shirt, just vibing.
Yeah.
Drinking some cranberry juice, listening to that one song.
Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Now, I do want to tell you, Jay, this is just something for you, Jay. Thank you.
Come on bike rides with us. I want to ride bikes with Jay this summer.
We talked about that on our exclusive podcast chat. Do you remember that?
We did.
But Jay, I know you may be 1/3 of our listenership, and I know you may be wondering, is daily content going to leave?
Daily content has left. This isn't daily content. This is the Timon and Lincoln show with Timon and Lincoln.
Daily content is dead to us.
Dead to us, dead to you.
But Timon and Lincoln show is going to keep going on because it's not about the listens. It's about the Friday questions. So thanks so much, and make sure to send in your Friday questions and leave us a 5-star review. Bye.